All right, guys, I am back and I'm going to do a really quick, easy, simple flip using a couple of different things like we've been doing, different papers and that sort of thing. And I like this because it's pretty versatile on what you use it for. For this purpose, I'm only using one ply of book page. If you're going to put it in a journal, I highly suggest putting two, like double up your pages, or if you're going to collage, then collage over the top, or whatever you're going to do, but just make sure it's a little bit thicker than just one sheet here. Okay, so the basic concept, and I'll make one with you with just these book pages these bigger ones I have, and then we'll cut it down a little bit. Because that one was just kind of the prototype, and I want to really take you through my thought process on it. And it's 100% possible that I saw this somewhere else and just don't remember. I use this shape of pocket a lot, like in my altered books. It's just a different way of folding papers. Okay, so we'll just make this the base. I'm gonna go ahead, and my scoreboard is here, and I'm going to, okay, so this is, and I actually probably need to take it down because it's going to be too tall, because these pages are 9 inches. So let me do that before I forget. And then I'll give you measurements here in just a second. So that doesn't work very well when your cutter doesn't go to 9 inches, huh? So why don't we score at 8 inch, and that way I'll know where to cut it. How about that? Okay, so we want to start out roughly the same size. We're going to make these, right now they're 8, maybe. I don't know if it's operator error or what, but that cutter sometimes messes with me. See, it's not cutting overly straight. It's been leaving this little weird doohickey there. Okay. All right, so then let's see, how wide are these? I had to guess it's like 6 inches. Just under 6. It's 5 3/4. Okay, so I'm going to take the bottom, I'm going to leave the bottom piece at 5 3/4, and I'm going to score, how about we say at 3/4 of an inch, okay? Okay, then that means that we're going to cut this top piece, we're going to cut it down to 5, okay? I apologize in advance if there's any bad words. It was a kid's book, so I'm hoping that it doesn't have it, but I know what that brings you sometimes. Okay. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and bend that score down, and then we're going to burnish it down. So that becomes our hinge, okay? Then we're just going to take this, find our ballpark, our middle, right? And you could use the scoreboard to score down just a little bit, but I'm just going to put a little crease there, okay? Indicating where that middle is. And now I'm going to go ahead, because I can't see it. I'm going to take this and go down here as straight as I can. And I'm going to take this other side and do the exact same thing. Okay, I'm going to really score those down. I'm going to go ahead and glue them. And if you want to, you can cut bulk out of them, okay? Okay, now we want to make sure that our pieces here are kind of lining up. Do any trimming we might need to trim down, okay? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take just a fraction, just a minute little bit off this back side here. Just a little bitty tiny piece. That's all I want. I'm getting all nervous like I'm really gonna mess it up. Okay, that'll work. Because you don't want your point overhanging the edge. Okay. Yep, that'll do. Okay, so now I want to put glue on these small tabs here along the along the long edge, and one line of glue here because we're creating 2 pockets. Okay. Okay, so then, and you can do it either side, right? Make it versatile. And then you would just glue, which is going to be a little bulky there. Let's see if I can remove some of that bulk. Lay it down here. And you can go even top and bottom, or you can line it up with your bottom. Doesn't really matter. Okay. And then you could, if you wanted to, add some pockets to the back. And this is just kind of a starting point flip, if you will. Like so. See? Just like that. And so again, you could add another pocket. Like you could actually do this again, like right here. Should we see what that one would look like? I think we shall. Why not while we're here, right? Because we'll forget the idea later, or at least I will. Okay, so we decided that was what, 5 and just a little bit under 5, right? Okay. As long as we're close, I think it'll be all right. Okay. So did I even say, how are you guys? I don't think I did. I think I just jumped right on in. I think what happens is when I record like a bunch of videos together, I forget like to mentally reset. If that makes any sense. I'm just like cruising along. And this one, I already know it's too short. Just by the width of the, but maybe it'll, oh, and I forgot to cut it down. That's why it looked funny. Okay, so we cut it down to 8, right? So if I cut just a little bit off of each side, right? Okay. That's why it looked funny. Were you guys screaming at me? Like, hey, you forgot to cut that down. Sorry, I didn't hear you yelling. There, that looks a little better. How about that? You like your goofy crafter, right? I'm convinced that's why some of you guys hang with me. It's because I'm just a goofy mess half the time, huh? So, boy, does that look cute or what? And if you got it all decorated up. And another possibility I see for it is if you were to double it up, like basically 4 layers of book page, do 2 and then 2, it would start to get a little thick, but then you could put a little notch in there, right? And then have a big pocket here, and then 2, it's a flip out, and then the 4 pockets basically. All right, so let's see what it looks like not in book page. I did the same thing there. Put these guys back in. I've never made it with scrapbooking paper, so let's just see what that looks like. And I did already do the extra 1/2 inch cut there. Ooh, wow, that's a bright paper, huh? That's kind of like the one last week. I think I only did enough for 1/2 inch score mark here. So, and this size is 5.5 by 7. Oop. It does, I guess it doesn't really matter, right? Because it's a prototype. It's going in the book. Yeah. So you could get really, really fun and creative with these and use all kinds of your old scrapbooking pieces. Like we really could. Should we be cheeky? If you were doing a black and white journal, this would look pretty cool, I bet. Like this print. I've been kind of almost thinking, what if we started decorating some of these up, right? It's kind of what it looks like with some background. What do you think? Should we start decorating some of these? Kind of curious to know. It's kind of like, why we're already here, why not make some extra ephemera? Not like a mass make, but you know what I mean? Like, we're already here, and I already got my book page out. Why am I not making a couple extra of these pockets, right? This is kind of fun. Yeah. So if you're not using book page, then it becomes like not a directional paper. Then at that point, you could put a flip in any direction. Let's see if we have room to glue this one in underneath here. Oh, and we do. Okay. Yeah, so again, you would probably want to use double-sided paper, or double-sided cardstock would still work that way too. Or just, you know, whatever floats your boat, I guess. You could decoupage the, is it no, collage, not decoupage. I mean, you could do that too. But then, you know, just to cover this side if you didn't want the white on the background there. All right, guys, that will do it. And I think the next video you see is just going to kind of be like a recap of a couple of recent pockets that we've made that I don't want to forget about. So yeah, please feel free to, I mean, if you want to watch it, cool. If not, it's going to be a recap of things we've seen, and one that I just did last week, and I don't want to forget about it. I want it to go in this journal. So yeah, I think they might work on this one, so I won't get out a new piece yet. I forgot to glue that down, so. And then I think we might, we're not moving away from pockets, but I think we might do a couple of pieces of ephemera and kind of take a break away from pockets for a minute. And then obviously we'll come back to them because there's so many pockets, so little time, right? All right, guys, I hope that you enjoyed this little flip here, and I will just see you in the next video. All right, guys, bye.